Oh, let me make this video real quick though. So I've been tortured today for like 5 hours in the morning, since I woke up in the morning. So I don't have energy to go out and just do anything, basically, you know. Well, since the torture just keeps going on and going on, I couldn't handle it anymore, so that I just like need to flee from here though. So I'm just checking on Air Dubai or Air Emirates or something like that. And well, guess what? There's a flight at the 7th of September to Dubai. And from Dubai, I could flee to any place on earth, you know. But as I said before, there's two main destinations for me. Either Russia or Iran, you know. Those are the two places in the world that might have not been infected yet. You know, even though I don't want to go to Iran, but the situation dictates that shit, you know. So anyways, just because I remembered, when I was talking to a Dubai operator, the Fly Emirates operator, I was explaining to her, like I was telling her, like she telling me, okay, is it Dubai your final destination? Do you have a residence permit there? I said, no, I don't. I'm just like going transit. And she said, okay, which flight are you gonna take after that? I said, I'm most likely Iran, you know? So that when I was just, just giving her my details and stuff, I do have an email at Yandex, you know, Yandex.com, which is Russian, you know, unhackable basically. You have to have like security key in your phone and stuff like that, not as Google. Google got hacked before, Outlook have got hacked before, but Yandex, it didn't get hacked yet. So I suppose it's like, you know, that's why I used it. But anyways, in Yandex, there's D, you know, when you just telling somebody it's Y-A-N-D, you know, you have to say a word to just explain what letter is that, you know. So when it comes to D, and I was telling her D as donkey, you know, and she said, no, D as death. I was like, you fucking bitch, you know. I was like, is that the best word you have for D, you know? Anyways, I know that they always like trying to terrorize me, you know, to not do this or to not do that, you know. You know, there's this analogy that I found very interesting actually. In football, for example, if you see the players when they pass the ball around, you know, the other team always has to just stop the passes from this team, from between the team players. You know, the other team has to do that. So what they do, they just trying to stop in his way, in the other team way, while they passes the ball, so that they can take the ball from them. You know, same situation happens with the Norwegian police. Every time I try to flee to a country, they just bring people from these countries and, you know, showing me that they will be stalking me in there too, you know. So I was like, okay, so now I'm being terrorized to not flee there, you know, as it will be death, as they claim, you know. But again, tell you something, anyways, here, if I'm staying here in this fucking country, you know, I'm still like getting tortured, basically, you know, gang-stalked, tortured, you know. So what is the point? Well, here is death too, but here is like slow death, you know. In Iran, it might be, you know, not as a slow death as, you know, as in here. I might suffer too, but what's the best option, you know? What's my option in here? Yeah. What's my options in here? You know, I don't have too many, you know. So, yeah, as I said, well, If anything happens to me in Iran or in Russia, or if I end up dead, or if I ended up, with some shit, you never know. Well, it's on the Norwegian police, and because otherwise I would have just stayed in Norway or just stayed in Egypt, with my family members. But of course, I just cannot flee there because of the motherfuckers, who has put my name internationally, apparently. So we will see what will happen, but at least there's glimpse of a hope in here, in Iran or in Russia. Like a little glimpse of a hope. So we will see. We will see what will happen. We will see how it will end up. We will see. So anyways, for the time being, there's a flight to fucking Iran, or there's a flight to Dubai. And from Dubai, I can just flee to Russia or to flee to Iran, So let's hope. Let's hope and see how this is going to end, We will see. But at least there's a flight. At least I know now there's a flight on the 7th of September that I might take, and I might end up in Iran. Now, you see, I even say it out loud that I might take it, because I know the Norwegian police, they just cannot put a foot in Iran. And if they put a foot in Iran after me, well, then the Iranian has the right, of course, to, when they want somebody in Norway, they have the right to enter Norway and operate there, which highly unlikely, because the Norwegians always get people who just come from Iran to spy on the Iranian people in Norway, So I don't think it will be the case in here of us talking, but might be electronic torture. That might be. So we will see what will happen in the future. And again, if anything happens, it's on the Norwegian police.